my backstory is, oh yeah, now it is a big family now. So I'm a person that does not like to get idle. If there's nothing to do, I'll look around. If there's a piece of land, I'll farm. You understand? I'll farm. I'm a person that does not like to get idle. If there's nothing to do, I'll look around. If there's a piece of land, I'll farm. You understand? I'll farm. When I was young, I'll practically do anything that has to do with my hands. I'm someone that told that I don't have any talent, but then I didn't give up on myself. I'd sold charcoal before, I'd sold kerosene before, I'd sold chicken before, I'd worked on a farm before, I'd sold slippers before, I'd sold cards before, I'd sold phones before. And all of this, while I was doing all of this, I didn't know that I was learning. You understand? I didn't know that I was learning to communicate. I didn't know that I was learning to network. I didn't know that I was learning to easily sell. So there was a particular time that after my tertiary education, I didn't want to stay at home. So there was a particular time I told a friend of mine to make cards because it was particularly good at making cards, that he should make cards and let me see if I can get people to buy volume. Mm-hmm. So I went to this particular place after walking around, and I got to this particular place and I asked to see the CEO, and the CEO said, okay, I asked to see the CEO, and when the CEO saw me, I was like, sir, if all of your customers have this customized card for them, they're going to love you the more, and they're probably going to patronize you the more. And he looked at me and he was like, young man, why are you not the same guy that sold me the slippers? And I said, oh, wow, would you like another one? And he smiled and he was like, you will be a good salesman. And I didn't even know what a salesman was. Mm-hmm. And it was like, come work for me. And the first mistake I made was that I asked for money. I was like, how much would you pay me? And he looked at me as if, you didn't even see the opportunity, you were asking for the money. Mm-hmm. So he said he was going to pay me 500 naira per week. And I'm like, oh, that was about $1, mm-hmm. you understand, per week. And I'm like, I'm a graduate. And he was like, do you have a job? And I'm like, oh, no, I don't have a job. You understand? So I started working there, and I told myself that I'm going to prove myself worthy, merit increments in salary such that if the opportunity comes, I can dictate my own salary, what I want to earn. Mm-hmm. So the first month we made about 30,000 naira as profit. The second month we made about 70,000 as profit. It was still paying me 2,000 naira per month. Mm-hmm. Then the third month we made about 130 grand as profit. So he sat down and in his head he was thinking like, this guy that I paid 2,000 naira per month is delivering this result. Dude, come. When you come back next week Monday, let me know how much you want to take as salary. You understand? And I multiply what I was taking that time by 10. You understand? Mm-hmm. So while I was doing that, whenever I would go from home from 9 to 6, then when I leave that particular work, mm-hmm. I will go and teach from 6:30 to 8 o'clock. Then I will leave from that particular place and go teach in another place from 8:30 to 10. Mm-hmm. You understand? That was how I was working. You understand? So at the end of the month, I was making quite a good amount of money that time. So I thought to myself that, okay, I have change with me right now. What would be nice to have? Then I now remember that when I was in school, I didn't keep a lot of memories with a lot of my friends. There were pictures that we take together, mm-hmm. and sometimes I can't pay for them because I didn't have the money. But right now I was working 3 jobs and I was able to make not so bad income. Why don't I document the process? You understand? There's a big deal. There's this big deal when you're going for your NYSC. People make a lot of noise. That it is very important part of your life. So I bought this camera for 5,500, and I decided to document my story as a newcomer member. That was how it all started for me. Then whenever I take pictures, people will ask me, can I have a copy? And I'm like, how much would you like to pay for a copy? Then by the time they mention the amount they would like to pay for a copy, and I multiply it by 10, mm-hmm. I keep seeing figures. I keep seeing the dollar sign, the naira sign, the cha-ching sign, sound in my head. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Let's get started. So that was how I started.
Wow.
I like your cap. I like your hat, by the way.
Thank you very much. Okay, first of all, please don't distract me. Okay,
Yeah.
I was about to be serious there. Now you've already talked about my hat. Now
I'm just giving you compliments.
I'm just joking, but thank you so much. I appreciate it. The hat is back, man. Guys, the hat is back to stay. Okay, so seriously, I find your story really interesting. Why is that? Because there's just many things to be learned from that. So the first part is that you can learn from your different experiences. So for example, when you're selling, when you're hustling this, all of that is kind of paying and coming into play for what you are doing now. So what I've learned from what you just said, first thing is no experience is wasted. Like 101.
Totally.
There's no such thing as that. The second thing is opportunity. And when you talked about this guy, you know, he first of all offered you like, come and work with me now. This guy that is hustling like this, selling me slippers, selling me everything. Come and work with me. And, you know, of course you didn't see really the value. You just thought about it. Baba, pay me something. And I think it's good that you valued yourself, honestly, and I respect that. Like you thought to yourself you were worth paying. Whatever it is that you're bringing to the table was worth paying for. Even though I know that it would have been nice for you to just, you know, work with him as an intern for free and learn something. But also you put value on yourself and people will look at you how you look at yourself. So that is something I learned from that as well. Another thing that I learned from that is you said that he offered you 500 and you said that you were going to find a way to make sure that that money keeps rising and keeps rising so that you keep putting in value so that it keeps going up. You know, sometimes we get opportunities and we get a job. We don't like this job. This is not what we wanted to do after school, but you know, we'll just do it that, okay, tomorrow I'll get my job at that bank or at that place that I plan to get it. And it's just really like interesting that you did all of this because, well, you wanted to be excellent at something. So it's what you do with the opportunity that, you know, you will get back. And again, it's just so much I learned from that. It's really, really interesting story. But more important, apart from that, you know, you said your passion kind of found you when you were trying to document all of this. So all the journey of your NYC, it's just funny that, you know, what is now your bread and butter today found you when you just wanted to do something. But before I go, it's really interesting. Before I go into the next question, I'm just going to read some comments. Abilite says, Abilite, what's up? By the way, Abilite is one of our mainstays. She's always on the show. And she says, whoop, you.
Hi.
She's just awesome. Like, she's always on the show to watch what we're doing. So, really cool.
Hello,
and
awesome.
She says, whoop, you're putting on the same color of top. Abilite, really? Actually.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
Like we talked, guys. This is not the first time I'm meeting him. We had this conversation in his dream last night, and then we talked about it. I used to fly in the night to be there.
Oh my God.
So Dudu Yami says, you say this all the time. How much will you pay me? So they know you. You're like this. So
don't mind Dudu. Dudu Yami was one of my students, you understand? So probably saw me post this. So you know the funniest thing, your story is your story. Your story does not change. Yeah. You understand? If I sold charcoal, if I sold firewood, I can't come and tell you that I sold cars. No, my story is my story. That is what makes me unique. You understand? My experiences are the things that makes me unique. You understand? So my story is the same. You understand? So to some people it appeals to them. So to some people it pisses them off. But then it's my story. Yeah. It's what makes me unique.
I'm going to write that down. It says, guys, take notes. My experiences are what makes me unique. So whatever you're experiencing today is what makes you unique. Guys, man, this is what we are taking down today. And this is just first question. Gosh. What's just coming what makes me.
And you know the funniest thing is just like watching the same movie over and over. At some point, whatever it is they say sticks to your head. You understand? So if I'm light in complexion, I'm light in complexion. So when I show up in Paris, I'll be light in complexion. When I show up in Nigeria, I'll be light. It's the question that you ask me. And you so let's imagine that what I said the first time they heard me was different. People will come in and say, oh, this guy lies. What he said the other time on that particular show is different. But then people are saying, I've watched your interview before and heard these words. Awesome, fantastic. To some people, it inspires them. To some people, immediately deciding they just sign out. But then you're unique because you're you.
Because
Simple.
you and you tell your story, and also consistency in your story. So it's not as if you're lying. Like you're not telling us bobo here and there. Like we can tell that this is your story and it's your experiences, and that's what makes you unique. Another thing that I take from that, whole conversation you had was I used to teach, right? So you said you would teach from 6:30 to 8 o'clock.
I still teach.
That's what I wanted to come to. So you still teach through the academy, right? So through the academy, and you still teach. And I want you to talk to me about that, about your teaching experiences, why you teach, and also from your experience teaching visual storytellers. What are the 4 signs or few signs? I'm not going to give it a number, but what are the few signs you've seen in potential storytellers that could say, well, this guy's going to be successful, this guy's going to do well, or this is someone to look out for, or these are the skills you should have if you're going to be successful as a visual storyteller? So that's like 3 questions, but I'm sure you figure it out.
Okay.
I trust you.
Yeah, wicked person. Anyway, so let me start from the teaching part.
Yeah.
There's a quote that I heard recently: when you have, give; when you learn, teach. Now, before we started our photography academy, I procrastinated for 2 years. Now, I am someone that is so afraid. I am not that confident, honestly. I am telling you. So that is my truth. You understand? I can come here and be blowing for them. I'm always afraid. If you saw the way I was running home with my studio light, oh, let me set the light so that my light can't still compare with yours anyway. So I am someone that is always afraid. I am one that most times I do not believe myself. So see, I've won 5 photography awards. And after winning those photography awards, I was still not confident enough in myself to teach people what I'd known. But see, something happened in my life while I was growing. I came to Lagos. I had a photography mentor, and I had an opportunity of shooting one of my first biggest show in my life. You understand? Beyonce, Jay-Z was coming to Nigeria, and it was such a big show. And I got a deal to shoot that event. Guess what? I was an amateur photographer. I didn't know what I was doing. I was using a point and shoot. So I ran to meet my mentor. Sir, can you help me with this project? So when you shoot some part of it, I'll shoot some part of it. And he told me that, how did you get this? And I told him that I just did a presentation, and this man had been seeing me all around, and he gave me this assignment. And he asked me how much I got for that deal. And I told him, and the next thing my mentor told me was that money that you got, which was 150,000 that time, I think that was 13 or 14 years ago. He said, we would divide it to 2. I'll take half. I'm like, oh, wow. Why would you take half of the money? And it was like, because you don't know what you're doing. I'm like, you're my mentor. You're supposed to guide me. He said, forget that. Then, a couple of years after that, I had the opportunity of shooting P Square. You understand? And I ran to meet the same mentor. And I told him, sir, can you teach me how to place my light? Because I want to photograph this guy. And he was like, you don't have any knowledge in studio photography. I said, I don't. So I said, would you teach me within a day? He said, no, you know it. I said, so that you know that I'm not wasting time, I will offer to pay you 60,000 naira. This was 12 years ago. I will offer to pay you 60,000 naira. Please just show me where to put my lights and what to do. And he said, he looked into my eyes like this, and he told me no. I said, no that you can't, or no that you won't. And this was the only person that I could and go meet. This was the only person I could run and go meet that time. So I took P Square to his house. He photographed P Square, and I could not lay claims to those pictures. So I told myself, in the bitterness of the lesson that I learned, that if I got to know, and I'm going to teach everything in my head to anybody that had the time to listen to me.
Wow.
That was my plan. I was going to be the kind of mentor that I wish I had to anybody that can just give me the time, pay me that tiny money. I'm going to pour the whole of my heart. That was why I started teaching photography with my photography academy. Now I had that zeal. I'd won. In fact, today makes it my second set of photography awards for 2012. You understand? That was like 8 years ago. You understand? Now, guess what? Let me shock you. Now, the project that I did with this mentor, we entered photography competition together, and my mentor picked from the same assignment that I paid him for.
Yeah.
He entered the same competition with me, and the shot that I took, I entered the same competition with, you know, so at the, at the photography awards, we were nominated together.
Wow.
And it became a big deal for me. You know what? I won that category. And I was like, oh my.
Did you do like this when you won? Did you do like this? Please tell
No,
me.
I couldn't do that. I'm respectful. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. I'm respectful. You understand? So it just gave me joy. And I moved ahead. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you mentioned that I've been doing photography training for a while. What are the characteristics that makes me see from my students that this one is going to be successful?
Yeah.
So see, sometimes you don't know. Sometimes some people tend to fit the role. They look okay, they speak eloquently, and they don't get to be it at the end of the day. So these are one or two ideas that some of the things that you would see, and you know that this person will succeed or prosper in the field of photography or in their field of endeavor. Sometimes a lot of students that we train don't even end up doing photography. It's just a process in their life, and they've actually not found themselves. You understand? So they have to, instead of staying at home, they want to go to where they can learn one or two things. So one of the attributes of someone that will probably succeed in photography or in whatever they want to do is having a listening ear.
Listening ear.
Having a listening ear. You understand. You want to listen and you want to take notes. Now, one of the things I keep telling my students is this: knowledge. So if you write the word knowledge, we teach people how to see as well. So while you're looking at me right now, write the word knowledge on your screen.
Okay.
Now, the word knowledge is knowledge, but there are some words. Okay, you're writing it down. So, okay, quickly,
yes,
write it down in small letters. Okay, good. So, write it down in small letters. Have you written the word knowledge in small letters?
Yeah.
Write it down.
Okay, good. Do it again. Knowledge.
Now, okay, good. Knowledge. Okay. Good. Now, look at that particular word.
Yeah.
Look at it differently. There are some words that are hidden in that word knowledge. Find them and tell them to me right now. What can you find?
Edge. No. Ledge.
Oh, stop. You are a genius. I don't know what you do, but you're a genius. Those two words are it. It is what you know that eventually gives you your edge in life.
Okay.
So know and edge. By the time you move them close together, it forms knowledge. But most people don't see. So what you know eventually gives you your edge in life. You understand? So people that will succeed, first thing, they need to have a listening ear.
Yeah.
When you listen, now, a lot of things that enters your soul enters through your eyes and your ear. So a lot of things that you wish you had owned, you wish you can take back from your heart, like, oh my God, why did I see it? They entered from here. A lot of words that you heard and made you happy. So the other time that I told you that you're looking cool, I wanted to tell you that you're looking beautiful too. Look at your eyes, look at your skin texture, see that you're smiling. Now, listen. You heard that from with your ears, not so look at me, I'm going to stop talking right now. You're not hearing anything. But when I told you that you're looking beautiful, you smiled, you're like, oh, this guy. You understand? So they enter from your eyes and your ears. You have to have a listening here. You understand? Yeah. So if you listen and you take notes, you will have an edge. Now, there's an African adage that says that a drum that has water filled with it does not make noise. You understand? So if you put water in a drum and you tap the drum, you hear tum tum tum. But if it was an empty drum, you hear boo, 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 boo. Most times people that keep quiet are deep. You understand? So if you listen, and you know what, you can learn a lot while listening. I learned that from my wife. So whenever I'm having a business call and I started giving ideas, you know what, we can do this, my wife will say, listen first, just keep quiet and listen, don't talk. talk too much. You understand? So if you listen, there's a tendency that you'll be able to take more notes. Another attribute is attitude. You understand? Attitude. When you have, give. When you learn, teach. One of the things that I teach my students is this: when you know, you teach the other person. Now, I'm like I told you earlier, I'm one that is always afraid. You understand? But then I now realize that when I start teaching, I get to have a little confidence. You understand? And the more I teach, the more I want to research more. Now, I had 2 or 3 students come the first time, then we will teach, then your students will grow up to be 10, 15. Then from the people that you have taught, you will now have invitation to come and speak to an audience of 200. Then you speak to an audience of 1,000 people. The last training that I did via Head Start Africa, I was training 2,700 people live. I was shocked. 2,700 people. But it started from listening to people. You understand? Believing in my own story. So I mentioned listening here, attitude. Another one is patience. Now, you notice that I have not mentioned anything technical about photography, right? Listening here, attitude. What was the last one that I mentioned?
Patience.
You can't run a business if you're not patient. Because tough times will come. Forget it. Anyone that is a millionaire now or a billionaire now probably had a time that they were almost bankrupt. You understand? Tough time comes. You understand? Tough time will come. The whole planet is passing through tough time right now. It's the pandemic era right now. The COVID-19, we are all sitting at home. If it was not because of COVID-19, you probably will be somewhere designing clothes or checking out the beautiful places in Paris or wherever you are. You understand? You will probably be working. But see, for the past 2 months, most of us have not worked. So you have to be patient. Why? Tough time never lasts. Tough people do. You have to be patient and be tough. Now I'm going to go to the technical part of it. You must learn. You understand? Every word wants a shortcut. So one of our slogans is shorten your learning curve. You understand? Now, how do you shorten your learning curve? You shorten your learning curve by going to meet someone that had been there before, someone that had failed more times that you have dared to try. You understand? That is how to shorten your learning curve. So if you want to jump off the plane, that person will probably tap you on your shoulder that if you jump here, there are crocodiles down there. They will eat you up. Why don't you move 2 kilometers where you can have fresh water that when you land, you're swimming back to the... You understand? So you have to be willing to learn. You understand? You have to be willing to learn. And then the last one, you must be willing to do. You understand? What is the benefit of all the things that you've listened to? What is the benefit of all the webinars that you've done, all the classes that you've paid for? What is the benefit of all the books you have if you're not picking from them and executing? So what is the benefit of a course that I paid $700 from if I can't replicate what is there and earn some money for myself? That means I'm stupid at the end of the day. The essence of knowledge is to help you create the kind of life you want. I hope I answered your question.
Wow. As in, I feel like sorry about that. I think I mistakenly turned my
It's okay. You have a cool place, by the way. You have a cool place, by the way. I can't mistakenly flip my own camera. You'll be like, oh, where's that? I have 3 kids jumping up and down.
Okay, first of all, I mean, wow, I didn't know you had kids, but thank you for putting that slightly in there.
Let me come. So let me show you my daughter. So
hello.
Say hi. Hi. That's my daughter.
Hello, Ayobami. How are you?
He's 12 years old.
Wow. Okay. Lovely to meet him. It's nice to meet you. He's already gone.
Oh,
she.
It's a she.
Oh, I didn't see the face properly. I'm so sorry. I didn't see the face.
It's okay.
Her face properly. I'm sure she's really beautiful and amazing, like her dad. Of course, I'm absolutely sure. So, back
she's more amazing.
What? I didn't hear you.
I think she's more amazing, though.
Okay, I think
she's more amazing.
I like it. She's more amazing than her dad. That's good to say. Anyway, so back to it. I really, really appreciated your answers, especially where you talked about how you got into this. Those mentors, they are from hell. Let's start with that. Those people that you ask for
Oh
help.
no,
I'm sorry,
no.
but
So it's not everyone that is willing to teach you. It's not everyone that has the time. But that taught me that I should have people's time. You understand?
yeah.
It taught me that I should have people's time. It taught me that I should have listening here. So even if I don't dig them, maybe I can learn one or two things. You understand? And you don't know who that person is going to be. So there was a particular time a young man walked to my office and he was like, oh, there's a project that I'm doing. Please, I need people that have been in this game for a while. Guess what? That guy is now the official photographer to the president of Nigeria.
Oh,
You never know. Yeah, you never know.
so very okay. Cool.
Oh yeah, you never know. You never know, and you can't look. So the only time you should look down on anybody is when you want to lift them up, not because you're way better. You understand? So that's how I feel.
And I appreciate, like, you didn't turn out like them. Something I really appreciated is that you didn't take all, and the way you take lessons is amazing. Everybody reacts differently. If it's another person that went through what you went through, they'll be like, oh, so this is how the game is. It's dog eat dog. I cannot afford to let someone come and eat my food. I cannot afford to teach. I'm going to just
You're coming into my space. Exactly. You're coming into my space. You want to do the same thing. Who are you? But then kind of the industry has no gates. Yeah, the industry has no gates. Anybody can come in.
I didn't hear you. You said something doesn't have.
I said the industry has no gate. You understand? So you can start your business and be relevant.
Yes, that is absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. I like that. So yeah, number one, I respect that you do that. And now, for example, this particular guy that we just mentioned his name, you trained him, you kind of helped him out getting where he is today. And, you know, you have that contact because you kind of made that happen, right? So I'm sure that they're not
well, you can say that. Well, I don't think, all I had to do was just tell him to come and speak on my own page. It was like, I've been turning everybody down, but I'm not going to say no to you. And I'm like, you know what? Thank you very much for that.
You make long-lasting relationships and connections when you help people. I think it's good. It really is good.
Genius.
Really genius. And also the 5 things you said earlier, I saw a lot of people taking notes. Sorry guys that I'm not even really going through your questions or your comments because I'm really engaged today. I'm personally taking notes today. So sorry guys, I got to take care of me. Anyway, so I saw a lot of things. You talked about listening ear. And one thing I personally learned from that is your eyes, not just your ears, but your eyes as well work. You know, your eyes and your ears are like doing this job of listening, paying attention, observing, taking notes.
They connect to your soul.
Yeah. So like you said, they connect to your soul. I'm going to write that down because I didn't write that down before.
Yeah, because if anybody wants to break your heart, they'll probably tell it to your hearing or send it to you as a text or tell it to your face. You understand? And you're like, oh, why did you do that? But then, anyways.
Wow, looking back, story of my life. But let's quickly move on from there. I like that as well. So the eyes and the ears, and you talk about attitude. And again, attitude is everything. Patience is everything because, I mean, right now, honestly, I do other work as well, and I'm stuck at home. I'm not able to do my work because the borders are closed. There's nothing. And so I'm being forced to actually sit down and wait, which is something I've never done before. So yes, patience is a virtue. I'm learning. I'm still learning. And finally, you said you have to be willing to learn and you have to be willing to do, which I feel like the willing to do, because I know many people, they pay for courses, they pay for master classes, they do all these things. Conference, I'm one of my one there. Those are clean chairs in conferences. First to get everywhere, you know, that first they won't pack up. You know, those people that even after conferences, they'll go and meet the speaker, they'll ask questions, take notes, and
which is good. Which is good.
I know it's good, but like, what's after that? What are you doing? You know, you have to be willing to do. Stop waiting and stop waiting. And it also brings me back to that thing you talked about, confidence, because you said you had won awards, you had opportunities, but also you didn't let yourself do some things. Like you want to go ask this person for help, you want to go ask that person for help, which of course I agree with. But as well, I'm also sure that there's another part of you that looks back and is like, I wish I was even just confident enough in myself to have just gone for it regardless. So that's another thing that people, I think, might be missing, is that willingness to just go and go when they need to, that's if you agree with me anyways. But that's kind of what I'm picking from all of this whole thing. So quickly, I'm just going to go to the next question. Wow, I have a lot of questions and limited time, so I'm going to run through just the most important ones.
I'll make sure I answer them on time so that we can nail them up.
Take your time, because I'm learning so much. I would rather have 2 questions and get 100 out of it than get 50 out of 10 questions. Trust me, I'm learning today. Thank you so much. Oh, before I go into my question, somebody did ask a question, and I'm going to just pop it up. So he says, as a documentary photographer, what are the things...
wow, how did you do that? That's beautiful.
So
it came to my screen.
Yeah. So there's this question mark thing, I think, that pops up whenever somebody sends you a question directly. So
for real?
Yeah,
it's beautiful. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. So as a documentary photographer, what are the things you must know and have so as to be dynamic?
Number one, you have to be a very good storyteller. You can't be a good storyteller without learning. You understand? You have to learn the process. If you can learn ABC, and you can learn your multiplication table, 5 times table, 7 times table, you can learn the process. You can buy courses online. You can learn the process. So as a documentary photographer, what are the things that you must know? You must understand storytelling, how to start storytelling, the introductory part of storytelling. You must learn how to connect with people. You can't just get in front of people and take pictures. If you don't mind me, let me quickly refer to this. There was 10 years ago, I went to Egypt to do a documentary, and I saw an old man of about 80 years old selling candies. And I approached him and I bought candies, and I pointed my camera at him, and he said no. And I'm like, oh no, I don't want to take a picture. I moved the camera to the side, bought candies, stood there, licked a few candies, then turned to him, then looked at him, and I did this. I'm like, you mean picture? And he looked at me, and I raised my camera and I took a picture of us and I showed him, and he smiled. Then when he smiled, I said, can I take your picture now? Then he arranged himself. Then I took the picture. You must know how to connect with people. You must be a good storyteller. You must be a good conversationalist. You must know how to connect with people. You must go the extra mile. What does going the extra mile means? People are lazy. People do not do research. There was a guy online today that sent me a message, and he sent me an assignment that the junior sister had from school. And it was like, oh, how do I answer this question? And I'm like, have you gone to Google? Do you know Google? The meaning of this? Do you know the meaning? Yeah, I think Google is there for you. You understand? You have to research. And you know what? The only set of people that are probably making money right now, there's no wedding right now, there's no fashion show right now. The only people that are making money right now are documentary photographers. I turned down 5 jobs during this pandemic time. Wow. I had to pick one of them because it has to do with the people at the front line, which are farmers. Farmers are bearing thousands of eggs because they can't move their eggs from production to people that will consume. You understand? So these are some of the documentaries that I'm doing. So I am right now making money from doing documentaries, traveling out of Lagos, and I'll be going to Ekpe over the weekend. You understand? So to be dynamic, go the extra mile, do your research, do your due diligence, put people first. You understand? If you want to photograph a carrot, someone that sells carrots, what you should do is buy carrot, eat the carrot, and say, wow, this is delicious. Do you always have delicious carrots? Compliment that person before you take. You understand? Always give before you take. I hope that answers the question though.
Oh, I love it. Give before you take is the last thing I took from that. But even before that, you said storyteller, connect with people, be a good conversationalist, go the extra mile, don't be lazy. People do half-ass jobs, like you said, and they don't, like, for example, the guy that sent you the research thing and didn't do his own research, the assignment thing rather, I didn't do his own research. So you have to do that as well. And finally, put people first. And like you said, give before you take, which is give a compliment, give something of value to someone before you can take as well. I think I appreciate that. Before you take. Thank you very much. So Eden Benefit, I hope that answers your question. Thank you so much for asking. Guys, keep asking your questions and I'll find a way to put it in as well. Wow, so many interesting comments. Thank you guys for commenting. Thank you guys for being on the show. Again, this is the amazing Shola Animashaun is here to just tell us and give us great words of wisdom that I'm just enjoying today. Okay, so another question that I have for you is, I saw this ebook thing you did online, ebook Passion to Profit, right? So there's this ebook, Passion to Profit. I did read it, and when you were talking earlier about being a visual storyteller and doing everything visual, what I remember, I was like, oh yeah, I remembered reading the book. It was not.
You read it? You read it?
Yeah, I did. It was not heavy. It was more pictures, and then you talked about different things. You talked about things you need to the ways you would know if you're passionate about something. You talked about passion. You even gave 3 definitions of passion, if I remember properly. Many information there. I don't want to talk too much about that. My question for you is,
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great. You
understand?
Someone read my book. Oh, you guess what? Guess what? 2,300 people downloaded that ebook.
Wow.
I wish so. Imagine if I put the price tag of 1,000 on it.
Stop this thing. I like you. You never change. We know you already. You already introduced yourself from the beginning of the show.
Don't mind me.
By the way, guys, you can go check out this ebook. It's really good. I actually did read it, so I'm telling you from personal experience. This is not a plug or anything. This is me telling you as a reader of the book, and it's absolutely free as well. So I don't know. You have nothing to lose. And it's quite short, so it's not heavy to read. But my question from that book is this. So you noted the signs. So I want to talk more about the signs of how you know you're passionate about something. Because people tend to just, they're like, oh, I like movies. I'm going to do something involving movies. I like this. I'm going to do it. You mentioned, I think, 11 things or 10 things, if I remember properly. 10 things, I don't remember. But just if you can just highlight a few things that people need to do, need to know need to do to figure out that they're passionate about something. So how you discover your passion and your purpose, basically. I think that's a question.
Okay, so let me quickly mention 3 so that we can get to other questions.
Yeah.
Someone keeps saying that you are intelligent, you are beautiful. I'm like, before encore. Anyway, they are giving me that compliment anyway.
Wow. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, which is cool. So quickly, there's a reason why you're passionate about something. There's a reason why every time you wake up in the middle of the night, my mom always say that the tongue goes to the aching tooth. You understand? Automatically, your tongue will just go to that tooth. You understand? So see, to know what you're passionate about, you understand? If you love to chat, you understand? If you love to talk, if people call you a talkative, you understand? Or you like to write, or you like to talk, and they're advising you to start a blog, you understand? Or you're a good writer, you probably need to start. You understand? So one of the things you need to do to identify what you should eventually do to make, so see, a lot of 85, I saw an infographics that said that 85% of people working in America don't actually like the job that they are being paid for. You understand? But then what is the essence of life if you can't enjoy what you're doing and you're enduring it? So one of the ways to know what you should do is this. It comes to your mind every time. You understand? You feel good about it. When the thought of that thing comes to your mind, you feel good about it. You feel good about it every time. Then another way you can identify that, information about that particular thing naturally comes to your head. You are excited, you are giddy about it, you understand? So if you tell me to do photography for the next 24 hours, I do not mind standing. There was a particular event that we did for the band about 6 years ago. For 9 hours, I was standing, shooting 9 good hours. You understand? And I didn't feel the pain because I was excited about it. So sometimes another thing you should do is take a stock of the gift that you have. Take a stock of the talent that you have. So see, some people don't even have one talent. They can't find one they have. Yet some people can list 7 for you. I love doing this. I love doing this. I love doing this. And I'm capable to deliver on all of this. There are some people that the gift they are given is 1. There are some people that they can't even identify the one they have. Then there are some people that can identify 10 that they have. Take a list of the things that you love doing, that you know that you're exceptionally good at. Then look at the first 2 that when they call you from your dream and they tell you to start doing this, your eyes will open. You won't be sleeping. Your eyes will open. Pam, take a stock of all of that and you should chase that down. Then another thing you should do, find a mentor. Find a mentor in that field. When you find a mentor in that field, you probably don't even need to get in touch with the mentor if you want. You understand? You can buy the book of the mentor. You can buy the program of the mentor. You can reach out to the person. Hey, hello. Give compliments. Hey, hello, sir. I've been following you for a while. I learn a lot every time you talk. Massage the ego. You understand? Even the Bible says that a man's gift maketh way for him. You understand? Then a version of the Bible said a man's bribe. You understand? If you massage someone's ego, there's a tendency that they'll come to for you, like, oh, okay, well, thank you. You listen to my program, so can I ask you a question? Then they answer the question because you had massaged them. These are human relationship stuff. You understand? The Bible said so that a man that has friend must make himself friendly. If you're friendly to people, people will want to relate with you. You understand? So these are some of the stuff that when you list the things that you love doing, you understand that naturally comes to you. Even if you start that business and you're not making money at a particular time, you understand, you are able to be patient and stick to it till it becomes profitable to you. You understand? If you find a mentor will guide you. Your next point where you are most likely to fail, your mentor will tell you, no, take a step back. Then you see a fire coming out. Then the fire goes down. Then your mentor tells you to, you're like, oh, how do you know that there's fire there? I'd passed through that place. See, this was where I was burnt. You understand? That's what a mentor does. You understand? So those are some of the few things that people can do. Then if you want to know more, go to my bio, click, and you can download one for yourself. And please do join what they call Telegram group. We are planning a lot of training for the Telegram group, and it is going to be mind-blowing. Right now, I'm taking a break, but we are planning lots of training, and we're going to be helping a lot of brands get clarity about what they're doing. We're going to be doing a lot of free mentoring calls. We have 3,100 people there. You understand? We can't attend to 3,100 people, but people that are smart, I will find time and see how I can help their brand. I hope that answers your question.
More than even. And guys, for the rest of this, you guys heard it from the horse's mouth. For the rest of this, please go check out the book. It's in his link. Make sure you go. It's called, someone asked me what the name is. It's called Passion to Profit, guys. You won't go wrong.
To profit.
And you can finish this book in like 10 minutes, honestly. But it is very loaded. Like, it won't take your time at all, to be honest. So that is kind of the answer to that. I'm going to be asking, okay, before I even go into my questions, guys, again, thank you so much for your comments. I'm so sorry I'm not being too interactive with you people today. I'm so engaged today. I'm so serious. I'm speaking English. Anyways, so thank you guys again for being on the show. I think we have just 10 more minutes because in a few minutes, we're going to be having another session with another interviewee. So Kitona is going to be there. I'm not going to be. She's going to be interviewing another person as well. So you can look out for that. And for those that already know, the show, it's actually been streaming on YouTube as well. I forgot to mention this in the beginning.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, streaming on YouTube and Facebook. Please,
do send me the link so that I can go check it.
Yeah, I'll be sure to ask my boss to send me the link as well, because he just reminded me, he's like, Ade, you didn't even mention
Combinator, what's up?
Oh, your people, they agree to you.
Oh yeah, Tobinator is one of the best photographers in Africa. Forget. Finish.
Hello, Africa. Finish. My name is Adiola, sir. Just introducing myself in case you are looking for apprentices. But don't worry. Just joking, guys. I'm so sorry. So
are you in Nigeria?
No, I'm in France right now. I'm in Paris. I am locked down in my beautiful apartment, and it's just.
It is beautiful.
Thank you. But I mean more like and it's just I'm thankful to God. Let's just leave it there. So my final question is, now I know I have a lot more questions. Hopefully maybe one of these days we'll be able to have another conversation. I don't know if you're open to that, but my
I don't mind.
Oh really? Oh, that would be great. So maybe one of these days
I don't
have
mind.
Another session. I'll talk with my boss. We can set it up again, and we can have more information, more questions, and go ahead from there. But two questions quickly. First of all, what is next for Shola Animashaun? What is next for you?
Oh,
your next project.
So much. Okay, so much. Right now we're moving our academy online. So today I went to do a test run, and I saw how I looked on the camera, and I'm like, oh God, dude, you have to work on yourself. You understand? So we're moving the academy online. One, two, the Creative Edge Africa is going to be huge. You understand? I want to help as many people as I can before the pandemic ends and we're back to the road and from one assignment to the other. You understand? Right now we're doing some projects. We're doing some documentary projects, and we're going to be editing that. But then the next big thing for us is the online courses. There are a lot of people that we can reach, you understand? So I'm going to be shooting courses on entrepreneurship, courses on photography, courses on content creation, and all of that. And I'm going to be pouring the whole of my heart. So that's the next big thing for me.
That's good. I like the course. I like the diversity of the course. So it's like it covered entrepreneurship and different things, different ideas, things like that. I think that'll be.
And I'm going to be bringing a lot of people. I'm going to be bringing a lot of people that knows much more than I do, you understand, to do webinars with the 3,100 people that we have already.
Okay, so the Telegram is where to be. Guys, the Telegram is where you got to be, you know.
Please, come join us at the, if you click on my bio, you'll see the Telegram link. Do click, do join. Something huge is cooking, I believe so.
Yes, and I try, as in, even with just 1 hour, like what I've learned, I can imagine what it's going to be like, you know. That's
I wish I had the opportunity of answering more questions.
No problem. We're going to make it happen. So
no problem.
Eden Benefits is what's your actually so seriously, let's be honest, you can follow this particular page, the Bell Paris. That's where I work, right? And that's where I'm doing the interview from. My personal IG page is _Adiola. That's just it. And D because I'm the only one of my kind. I had to say that. Anyways, so at the _Adiola. And as you can tell, I'm very humble. So another question is, how do we join you for the Telegram?
And you can click on my bio. When you click on my bio, you'll see the link to the Telegram. Just click and you can join in. But then I would advise that you register for the ebook first. But then you can join the Telegram. Yeah.
Okay, great. So guys, you already know how to do it. You know how to get it done. And my final question, which is I'm so sad to go because again, like if not for the time limit, I'll just say let's continue. But you know what? We'll do this another time. So the next question for you would be, what does your African identity mean to you? So to make this question even less hard and complicated, just 3 words that the African identity represents.
So I'll pick my name, Animashaun.
Okay.
It means a cheerful giver. Africans are cheerful givers. Africans love their culture. We love the fact that we're black-skinned. You understand? It is not derogatory for us. We are proud. You understand? We are proud that we're black. We're proud that we're knowledgeable.
Yeah.
We're proud that Africa has a lot of talent embedded in it. And we are proud and we hope that we'll be able to harness the virtue of Africa and show the whole world. You watch Black Panther now. You saw how proud the Wakandans were. You understand? You saw the virtue. That is a representation of what Africa can be. With technology, with the people, confident people, bold people, you understand, coming out for you, you understand, take it, Jesus of God. Africans are beautiful. So I will use my name, Animashaun, a cheerful giver. We are cheerful givers. The culture is cheerful. All the cultures, African cultures, we are cheerful. Africa is strong. That is what I believe my Africa is.
Wow. Okay, so your first word is Animashaun. It's just very interesting because you are really a cheerful giver. I mean, you give your knowledge, you give yourself to people, you're giving wisdom, you've been giving us wisdom since morning. Animashaun. As in fact, that's the end of that. I'm not asking, I'm not saying anything else again. You finished it. Drop mic, throw the mic away, kick it, destroy it. Exactly. But I mean, anyways, it's been so amazing talking with you. You are a light. You are amazing. I've learned so many things. I'm not taking opportunities for granted. Being confident, being a good listener, patience, which is still something, is a virtue I'm learning, but I will learn it. I promise. I'm trying my hardest. And just so much, so much. I mean, again, I wrote a lot down today, and I'm sure I'm going to find a way to maybe summarize this and share this knowledge on the page. Maybe probably I'll talk to my boss. We'll find a way to do that. And probably about talking with you again, we might also reach out. So please look forward to that if that's okay with you. I know you're busy.
Anytime.
I know you're changing the world. I know you're a superstar. But, you know,
amen.
You are now. You are.
Okay, so a few people said they have questions. And if you have questions, I'm going to go live on our academy. It's called SC Photo Academy. After this, join in, ask your questions. I'll just do the next 30 minutes on SC Photo Academy so that I can ask the question and she can go so that we don't lose this video.
Yeah. Okay. So
Tobinator, thank you. Tobinator is still around. Thank you. Thank you, dude.
Tobinator, and thank you.
You have a beautiful smile, Idiola.
Thank you so much. Oh my God, guys, it's okay. It's okay. Oh my God, this is how I sleep out tonight. Oh y'all, you don't know me. Thank you so much. Guys, again, go to SA Photo Academy, right? That's the page.
Yeah, you're a genius. SA Photo Academy.
That's what we do. Anyways,
you got it.
Thank you. SA Photo Academy. Photo as in PHOTO, right? Because I saw someone writing photo. And for the next 30 minutes, we'll have questions and answers there. I'll probably even join you for that. I'm not sure yet. It depends on the next interviewee thing. But anyways, guys, thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening, sir. Any final words?
My final words to you guys. Tough time never lasts. Tough people do. The whole world is going through a terrible time. You understand? Understand that you're strong. Understand that you're resilient. Understand that you have to survive before you succeed. So keep it calm, keep it cool, and succeed. I wish you all the best.
Yes. Thank you. And thank you. Wish you all the best too. Have a good evening, sir.
God bless you, darling.
Good night. So, wow, what a session, guys. That session was mind-blowing. I really, really had so much fun. I'm sure you guys had a lot of fun as well. I'm going to be going off now, but Keaton is going to be back here. She's going to be talking to an amazing person as well. I think in about a minute or two, she's going to be joining us. But anyways, thank you guys again for being